Welcome in, Raider Nation. What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of the Raider Ragu Show. Your host, Raider Ragu himself. Check it quickly. Please share, subscribe, comment on the show on the YouTube channel. Please download the show on the podcast or the audio version of the podcast on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Also, let's not forget our sponsor, shebangBoutique.com. SHEE bangboutique.com. Go there, get your girl something fly. Good looking out. All right, so we're going to preview Raiders Saints. It's week 17 for week of a 18-week schedule. So, man, this is it, guys. This game and then one more game at home against the Chargers. Anyway, so we play the Saints. Was checking the Saints out on film. On defense, the Raiders are really just going to have to be solid, right? If it looks like Alvin Kamara is not going to play, it looks like Derek Carr is not playing. So that's a significant drop off in talent. I was watching them in their game last week where they got blown out. It was bad. Got 34 put on them really quick. It was bad. They look worse than us. So the Raiders come and play solid defensively. The Saints are pretty banged up. None of their stars are available right now. So we got no business losing to these guys, honestly. We got no business having trouble with them on offense. We should handle them on defense. Even though our defense hasn't been what we thought it was going to be this year, it has been stout in the last few games. Only giving up, 15 points against Atlanta when they lost, and then they came back and only gave up 14 points against Jacksonville. So the last couple weeks, they've been solid. And if they're solid again, maybe create some turnovers like they did this past week, being that the Raiders are 24th in T's and 32nd in the 32-team league in forced fumbles. They need to continue to get some turnovers in these last two games to correct that. At least get into the middle of the pack or close to the 20 range or something, because that 32nd, that's terrible. So on defense, just be solid. Play like you've been playing the last couple of weeks. That should be enough against these guys. All right, so we're going to segue what we need to do on offense. So we got everybody's playing except Jordan Meredith. So that means JPJ is not going to be able to play center. Andre James is going to play center. JPJ was hurt too. He had a quad and an ankle, but I'm thinking he's going to play. I'm hoping he plays. As if he doesn't, that's going to be a significant letdown in the interior O-line. We would have to go with Cody Whitehair. We don't want to go with Cody Whitehair. So everybody else is ready to go. That's been here. All right. So expect Madison, Abdullah, heavy dosages, Bowers, Jacoby, heavy dosages, mixed in with a little bit of Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer on the sides. That's pretty much how it's going to go. Aiden, it looks like he's a full go. He's ready, been practicing. So maybe we can get a good game out of him. The Raiders need to find a way to get some rushing going, man. 32nd, bottom of the league, man, in rushing. We all know it's been a terrible year as far as that goes. As a matter of fact, I think that's a big part of the problem. But let's continue with the game. Be solid on defense. Offensively, we need to establish run, and then don't turn the ball over, man. Aiden should be able to cook with Bowers and Myers against these guys. They look like they might have given up. They got Coach Rizzi, a interim coach right now. Dennis Allen got fired earlier in the year. So look like they might just be ready to give it up. They didn't look like an inspired team playing out there when I was watching them. So we should be able to beat the Saints. Simple execution on offense with Scott Turner's offense, what he's been doing. I'm sure he'll have a game plan in place that can exploit what they don't do well and highlight what the Raiders are doing well. Got all that confidence in Scott and Norv to be able to get that done against these guys, go up to New Orleans and win a game on a Sunday morning. So we like to see no turnovers. And I believe that alone should be able to get the Raiders the victories this Sunday down in New Orleans. So now back to the rushing attack and it being 32nd in the league. I feel like that was the biggest miscalculation by AP. Had he got that right, no way that the team would be 3-12 right now. They might only be like, 9 or something. But at 6-9, with the possibility of going 8-9, people wouldn't be calling for his head, I don't think, as much. Probably, still would be on that because of, how it is. But if they would have been able to win a few more games, man, if the Russian attack wasn't so terrible. And it was two factors in that. First, you let Josh go. That's not AP's fault, right? I was watching Green Bay the other day. Josh Jacobs is clearly one of the best players in the league, man. Josh Jacobs is clearly one of the very best players in the entire league, bro. And we let him walk for nothing just because y'all didn't want to pay him. And then you put everything on AP when last year he died when they went 8-9. And then you take him away, come with Zamir White and Madison and these dudes, and end up going 3-12. You want to blame everything on him. Now, I will say miscalculation by him on that, thinking that they was going to be able to go to that zone scheme offense in one season with a guy that never really coached, never was an O-line coach. He was just an assistant O-line coach, and without changing personnel up front. You just got one new lineman who is not a mover like that either. He's more of a mauler, JPJ. Actually, you got DJ Glaze too. These guys aren't movers like that. And moreover, the rest of your guys, Miller, Parham, and James, weren't doing that before in their career, right? Those years before that with the Raiders that they were playing, man, they were double teaming, tandem blocking up to the next level, man, power blocking. It was no zone scheme. So miscalc right there by AP on thinking that they was going to be able to do that. But Josh might have been able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Josh might have been able to make that shit look a little better. But y'all let Josh walk, and that's not his fault. So I'm just saying, man, everybody, you AP's head or whatever. And also, I wonder what it is that Josh McDaniel took a playoff team and went 6-12. I mean, I'm saying 11, right? Nobody said anything. They was like, okay, we're going to give him another year, right? It wasn't even any fire Josh McDaniel. So AP takes a team that didn't go to the playoffs and then doesn't have a quarterback. So remember, Josh McDaniels just blamed Derek Carr and traded him, said it was his fault, the reason they went 6-11. Then came out the next year and was paced to do even worse until AP took over. But AP don't have a quarterback. He didn't get the quarterback that he wanted, right? And at the same with that Raider team that went 6-11. Yeah, he last record the year before, but they didn't go to the playoffs. And then he went 6-11. He took the 8-9 team and sitting at 3-12 with a chance to go 5-12. All right, so with no quarterback, right? You traded Josh. Well, you let Josh go for nothing, right? He took the 8-9 team and is probably gonna go 5-12 with him, or something. But everybody's calling for AP to get fired. I don't get it. If I'm Mark Davis, man, do not fire this guy, man. You can't. I said this last year. I'm gonna say it again. You can't keep running people in and out of the facilities, man, that your dad created, bro. That's not what he would want you to be doing, man. Get with somebody and stick with him, man. Stick with your decision, man. Trust yourself, bro. Don't listen to everybody. Give a man a chance to get better with better coaching around him. A year, another experience, because that interim year is really just a half a year. It was a whirlwind, quickly. But give him another, training and that whole thing, OTAs, way to figure it out. Let him figure it out instead of hiring somebody else and restarting the thing all over again, man. I heard somebody on this other show I was listening to. She keeps Scott Turner too. Reason why? He knows the personnel of the guy of the team. Now he knows what guys do well. And then if you add other pieces, he can add in and make it work. But he already knows what's up with the guys that we got. You understand what I'm saying? So I would say elevate Scott to the OC, which you probably should have just did. I don't even know what we was thinking. Like going with, man, he should have hired, let this dude do it from the beginning. He was on the team ready. He was already on the staff. Anyway, I was just tripping off of that, man. The dude, Josh McDaniels, went 6-11 with the playoff team. So he lost 4 less games. He won 4 less games than they won the year before. AP, they won 8 games last year. They went 8-9. He's on pace where he'll win 4 less, or maybe even 3 less. But everybody wants him to get fired, and he didn't have a QB either. Just like McDaniel blamed Carr and benched and then released him, saying he have a QB, and then replaced him with Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't even have a plan at QB. He just blamed him, had somebody as a scapegoat. So that's what AP should do, scapegoats, and y'all will respect that. Well, we're going to use Getsy as the scapegoat. Getsy sabotaged the whole thing, man. So keep AP, keep Telesco, keep Champ Kelly, keep everybody, man, and come back with better players in the draft and come back with another year under your belt. Everybody better, including AP. Max is the other guy I want to talk about. He was on his podcast, The Rush. He spoke on him not having any guaranteed money and all that, and just needs to talk about with the team, this and that, as he sits there injured after only playing 12 games and only getting like 6 sacks. No forced fumbles. I'm just keeping it 100, man. He didn't get that stuff that I just said. Really didn't come through in any big third down situations. I know he was battling the ankle injury, but I don't remember Max coming through, man, getting any sacks, getting us off the field, man, on big third downs. Man, we 24th in the league sacks, and Kayvon Chason came and got 4 of those to bring us to 24. I'm just saying, man. I know Malcolm wasn't there to kind of play. I know Christian Wilkins went down as well, but we still had guys in there playing hard, man. Pause. And I'm just saying, you didn't have. I saw you getting chipped a little bit. I know you got the ankle, all of that, bro. But I'm just saying, we'd like to see a little bit more turnover creation, big plays when we need them by the star player. That's all I'm saying. But you speaking on the money and all that next year. So, and I, Serge saying we would like to see a little more from you. Period. I don't think I'm not myself when I say that about Max Crosby. All right, so the Raiders currently hold a 6th pick in the draft. We're not gonna talk too much about that, man. I ain't gonna get all into that. The draft gonna work itself out. Scouts and GMs and assistant scouts and all that player personnel guys just got to do your job. Figure it out. If you want Shador, make it happen. You want Cameron Ward, make it happen. Maybe you want somebody else. Maybe they looking at Carson Beck. Maybe they looking at Jaden Milroe. I don't know. But we not going. These guys, these men that are on this team right now coaching and playing are not trying to lose so that next year they can get a better player. That's not how this works, bro. Nobody goes to work. It was like, let's tank so we can get a better worker next year. You might be the way replaced with the worker. Talking about, so come on, man. Gonna do the tanking talk here. We gonna win games. I feel like people that talk about tanking, you guys never actually ball, and I will stand by. You guys are just like fans that sit in the stands and watch. You're not athletes yourselves, because athletes don't lose on purpose and care about what's gonna happen next year with some players, right? They on the team now, bro, trying to make a living, trying to. If they're not gonna be with the Raiders, they want to make a good showing for some other team. You see what I'm saying? So nobody's tanking, bro. So y'all need to, all you raised up talking about tanking, man. We're not doing that. We're going to play to win football games. So that's how that is. That's how I feel about that. I'm gonna say the Raiders can beat these guys 24-13. Yep, I said it. And I ain't gonna hold you. That's all I got for you. Like I always, baby, and peace.